Hello, my name is Mikko. I work for Clothing Plus. We are a Finland-based company specializing in integrating biometric sensors. Biometric sensors is what we do in terms of products, basically. We work both within the sports market and the medical market. And I'm going to show you two products today. But first, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about our company. We work with pretty much every major manufacturer of heart rate monitors, such as Garmin, Suunto, Timex, Adidas, Under Armour, Lululemon. And we integrate the sensors for them. We don't really manufacture the materials, but usually that we work with any customer is that we partner up with them. We seek to understand the problems or the target groups or the aims that they have, and then we develop a custom solution for that problem, and we mass produce it at our own factory in China. Our position as an integrator means that we are effectively a bridge between the electronics industry and the textile industry. And our job is to integrate the sensors for any company who is in need of some kind of biosignal. We really don't do much of product development by ourselves, for ourselves, but usually we work by doing this job specifically for a customer. So we don't really like to go to our customers and tell them what they need to do, but instead they usually approach us with some kind of request. Actually, I'm just going to go right into talking about the products. First off, from our medical business unit, I'm showing to you, this is a vest which we did together with Philips. It is a bioimpedance vest for a person suffering from chronic heart disease. And typically for these patients, with a weak heart, one of the symptoms of a weak heart or a collapsing heart is that fluid starts to accumulate into the lungs. And the patient himself or herself, they may not notice it until they collapse. And when that happens, that is a sudden thing, and you're looking at an ambulance ride to the ER right there, and that's a pretty bad case. Now, the thing that we developed together with Philips, this is a vest that a person diagnosed with chronic heart disease would put on every morning for 5 minutes. They would go about their morning routines, read the newspaper, eat breakfast, watch TV, whatever they do, for 5 minutes. And during that time, the sensors within the vest, they will scan the lungs for any accumulated fluid. And if no thresholds are burst, then they can just go about their life, living their life normally. However, if something's wrong, the system will then contact a physician who will prescribe the patient with dehydration medication. And we can actually detect this fluid accumulation 10 days prior to the collapse or the state of decompensation. What's really cool about this thing is that it was actually field tested in clinical field tests over 12 months by over 1,000 test patients in Europe. And the results were so promising that Philips is actually thinking about producing it right now, make it into a product. So yeah, feel free to stop by later at our booth back over in that corner to take a closer look at it. Another thing, like I mentioned, Clothing Plus is active in both sports and medical fields. The medical is more up and coming. Apart from the Philips vest, we don't really have any products launched yet, so I cannot talk about any other companies that we're working with. Sorry about that. But we're looking at launching products with several companies within the next year or two. So right now, the sports segment is by far our biggest source of income, and heart rate is the #1 signal that we measure. We deliver about 80% of the world's textile heart rate sensors to pretty much all of the big companies who are in the game. But Since heart rate's been around for so long, I thought I'd introduce to you another product. These are EMG pants that we make for a Finnish company called Majontech, and the technology is called M-Body. And these are a pair of pants, like compression shorts, that a high-level athlete would wear. We make all of these garments up until this connector part here. This is where the transmitter/recorder screws on. And let me turn them inside out for you so you can see. We put the sensors into the garment, integrate them seamlessly. No stitching, just lamination techniques so that it's very smooth and comfortable to wear. What these pants do then is measure the muscle activity or electromyography of the muscles. And the idea is that the wearer, this very high-level athlete supposedly, needs some more data to maybe shave off another hundredth of a second from their end time, or just maybe understand the way they train, the way they perform. This tracks the activity of the muscles. Maybe they're recovering from an injury that they've had, say, and they need to make sure that they're actually using their muscles on both sides of their bodies symmetrically. So this system would assist them in understanding that. This has been on the market for a month or so, retails for about 600 euros. That's around 900 US, I think. And as such, not really a consumer product, at least not yet. How much the vest is, I couldn't tell you. That's up to Philips to decide how much it will sell for. But then again, as a clinical device, not really an issue, is it? That's pretty much everything I have to share with you. Feel free to come back to the Clothing Plus table in the back to see some more demos and some more interesting products that we have. Thank you very much.